Okay, we're back on for another YouTube video of high value English number 24. And this one, yeah, it's a pretty long time coming. It's pretty important, and it deserves its own video. It's the word would. And yeah, this one's a little tricky to teach because there's I have I have three different styles. So hopefully this video won't be too long, and we're going to take them one by one. So we'll say style number one. This is the hypothetical case, or a more easy way to remember is the imagined case. So this one, these phrases using would are not real. We're just imagining them. Okay. And even before that, let's remember that would is an auxiliary verb, or as I call them, verb helper. And so when you have auxiliary, so when you have one, just remember that the main verb doesn't change. It doesn't conjugate. So, for example, my brother plays baseball, right? So if you have an auxiliary verb like can, or will, or must, or would, then the main verb goes to the original or basic style. So there's no s. It goes back. So, but once that auxiliary verb is gone, then you must put it back. My brother plays. So yeah, would is also in that group. Would is also here too. Okay, so style number one. This is not real. So let's make some examples. It's often partnered with the word if, right? That's a convenient signal, meaning if. A gesture, meaning after this isn't we're just imagining. Just talking. Okay, so let's see examples. Or, if I, blah, 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 I would, things like that. So let's make some real examples. So if I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, I would live in Hawaii, right? That's pretty easy to imagine. The interesting thing about Japanese for my students is that they do have a marker for if, but then the second part, the following part, is just normal text, is normal grammar. But English, you have both. So part A, the if part, and then you must have, the part B must have the would. Okay, it is a little bit confusing if you said, if I had $1 million, I live. Yeah, that is kind of strange to understand. If I had $1 million, I live. Is this real or not? No, it's just imagined, right? So you need both parts. A and B need that imagined marker, if and would. I would call her somebody, if I could find her phone number. Okay, so that means we're imagining. It means, so this means I can't find it. So I can't find it. I don't have the number. I can't call her. But if I found it, I'm imagining, if I found it, if I could find it, I would call. All right. I can't find it, right? But I want to call her, right? So I'm already kind of imagining this future. I want this. Okay. Make some more. You would lose weight. Okay, so someone they want to lose weight, they want to slim down. You would lose weight if you joined a gym. Okay. All right. So yeah, notice here how it can be either way. If you have the if. Now, one question, yes, this is a good, students ask me, why is this past tense? If I could find, that is, could is the past tense version of can, so why is that past? If both of these are imagined, in the future, I'm not so sure exactly. I would say maybe the if, blah, blah. So this is first. See, this is first. Okay, so if something something, and so this is the past tense verb, right? Past verb. In English, we'll use a little asterisk here. This is first. If blah blah blah, and then second, or next. Okay. Then we'll say, I would, and this becomes the basic present tense version. So let's just put any past tense verb. If I ate. So if I ate something. So let's make a crazy example. If I ate 10 cheeseburgers. Okay, so that I want to say that, yeah, it's past tense because this is first. First, cheeseburgers eat, or if I ate 10 cheeseburgers, then we say next part. What happens next? Next is what? I would become sick. Yeah. So yeah, it is unusual. This is past tense. This is a present tense, but basic style. Yeah. So just be careful of that. So this is a past tense verb, and this one becomes present tense. All right. That's probably enough. Oh, let's just do some more. I have some more. Yep. So, if you married my sister. So if you married my sister, what's the result? The imagined next result? We would be brothers. Okay? If we would. And one more. How about a question? If you were in Star Wars, which character would you be? So maybe that's another interesting thing too. Notice how with these auxiliary verbs, the word be, we start using this more. It's no longer, it's no longer is or was or were or are, is or am. So 5 different versions in the usual conversational style. I am, he is, you were, you are, I was, they were. But now suddenly lots of be, because of this auxiliary verb here. It makes it go to that basic style. Okay. All right. So yeah, that certainly does take some practice, but we have to continue to the next style. Now this is a style I often have to kind of discuss with students. Style number 2. This is the let's say the formal English, and I'm putting the quotation marks around it because honestly I don't think there is a formal English. There's not really formal English in the way that my Japanese students understand it. So Japanese has like a a systematized rule system for what words are spoken to which people. So they want to say, questions like, would you like to see a menu? This is a formal, right? I would say, yeah, that's true. Yep, a person at a restaurant, a worker or server could say this to a customer because it's a professional or formal place. But I think I have a different way to explain it. So again, would is still the imagined case. It's still, we're just imagining. And one thing about that is that it's no pressure, right? It's no pressure. This is not real. Okay? And that is not real, no pressure. And that is one way to, what that does is it creates space, I think, with the listener. Okay, so, and space is kind of a part of politeness, right? So if you say family and friends are close, right? Close, or no space. You're like, yeah, tell me, feelings, news, information, immediately tell me. But, colleagues, maybe coworkers, or, or people you respect, that there is, we give space. We give space. And then maybe over time, we become closer and closer and can get to friendship. Okay, so I think that's why we did style number 1 first. It's imagined. But in style number 2, the formal English, it's still not real, but it's no pressure, and that creates the space. And so that's why I do think it's polite, but it's because of that space between the worker. Let's say this is the question. Would you like to see a menu? Would you like? It's kind of, no, I don't know. It has that little spacious feeling. Do you want to see a menu? That's also correct, no problem, but it is more direct. It's more familiar, right? So if it's a restaurant where it's very casual, or everyone maybe feels more like family, or it's more friendly, say, oh yeah, what, do you want to see a menu? Or do you want? But if it's a little more polite, or I don't know, professional, I don't know, there's different. Professional, you might say, yeah, would you like? Right? Is this good? Would you like to see a menu? And then the customer says back, they'll often match the space and say, yes, I would. Yes, I would. Right? You could say, yes, I do. You could say, yes, I do. Yes, please. But it is normal to match the style of the person talking to you. So this is normal too. Yes, I would. This is normal. Kind of you match. You match you match them. Okay, so does that make, hopefully that makes sense. Would you like to see a menu? Okay, so certain situations. Would you like something to drink? Would you mind holding my bag? Okay, so this could be this could be two strangers. So it's not about it's just someone, I don't know this person. I'm waiting, maybe let's say waiting in line at the train station, and you just ask someone, would you mind holding this? Or can you hold my bag? And then they'll say, they'll say this person A says, yes, of course. Right? Yeah, fine. Okay. Would you mind? Would you like? Let's see. Yeah, like, I would like a turkey sandwich. Right? Yeah, so, and this could be something where maybe the staffer says, how can I help you? How can I help you today? Right? That's a normal greeting. So they don't say would, but the customer, you can still say it to them because it's that space, I think. Or, that's our usual speaking style in a restaurant. Okay. And how about one more? We say sometimes, would you excuse me for a moment? Right? Again, that means, I have to go. I have to go. But again, it offers that space. This is very friendly. This is like we're family. Oh, sorry, I have to go now. But yeah, this is definitely more polite, offering that space to someone you don't know very well or you respect or whatever reason. Okay, let's see. So yeah, that's takes practice there. Now we're going to a totally different style. Style number 3. Now this is would in the past tense. Now this is the most strange or the most unrelated version, but it's important. I'm going to call this one, used to versus would. Let's do a little review of used to. Used to means something before, yes, now, no. Okay, so it's something I did before, talking about a previous life stage, right? So something you did before, regularly or normally, and then stopped. Now I don't, right? For example, I used to, I used to play on a baseball team. Right, so 2 messages there. Younger, yes. Now, no. Right? So sometimes though, would is used for the past tense, and so we need to practice this one too. So this is now, this one, yeah, is not. I can't think of a connection to this imagined case or not. But for example, you could say, my boss would shout at us at my old company. Okay. So, and it's interesting because would shout, that is the present, present tense version. Past tense is shouted. That's the past. So would shout, this looks like a present tense imagined case, but actually this is past tense. And you could replace it with used to shout at us. Okay, used to shout at my old company. But when you say used to shout, that means, before, yes, and then now is no. So it could sound like boss was strict, now he's more nice, now he's more calm. So remember that it does communicate, my boss used to shout, now he is more calm. Okay, that it is communicating that. It could communicate that. But if you want to say now, I don't know. I don't work there. I don't see him, I don't know. Then you would say would. Okay, I think that's what it's saying. I don't know. No comment. I'm only saying the past, the normal case was this. Now, I don't know. If I did know, then you would say used to, because it sounds like the boss's stage, a more strict stage into a more calm stage, something like that. So this I would say would. Let's try some more. My mother would always go on long walks on Saturday mornings. Okay, so my mother would always go. Again, this looks like present tense. Would always, or imagined, but actually this is past tense. Would always go on long walks on Saturday mornings. So again, if you change this to used to, it sounds like it communicates mother liked walking and then stopped. So no more walking. It sounds like that. But if you want to say she would, now it sounds like liked walking, maybe yes, maybe yes, probably yes, I don't know. No comment. That's what I think. It's a very small difference, but we do often use this would. Okay, let's do some more. I used to go to a coffee shop every morning in Tokyo. Okay, so I used to go. Now, no, because I don't live in Tokyo, or I don't go to that shop anymore. So that is finished. I can say that is finished. So let's say, and the workers would always say good morning to me. So let's say, okay, this is absolutely finished. 100% finished. No Tokyo, no coffee shop for me. This one, the workers, if you say used to always say good morning, it sounds a little bit like, oh, they stopped, or no more good morning, no more, it's not so friendly. Well, probably yes. Well, I don't know. Then you say would. So you could say maybe still now, no comment. I'm just saying, yeah, the past, yes, yes, yes. Now, I don't know. Maybe. Okay, so that's the difference. Used to, and then would. Okay, do one more. Yeah, but one more. In elementary school, my teachers would get so angry at us when we misbehaved. Okay, now, yeah, this is another funny one, because in elementary school, my teachers would get. I mean, yeah, it looks like present tense, and here is past tense. So this is clearly in the past. This is also in the past. So for this style, you have to look for the hints that it is in the past. Elementary school, or that's a hint there. I used to go. This is not now. Yeah. You get used to it. Oh no, yeah, it just takes practice. Oh yeah, hint here, old company, now no. Okay, so in elementary school, my teachers would get so angry at us. Now, when you say used to get, yeah, it's kind of it's complicated. It sounds like elementary, let's say teachers. My teachers, So that's no more angry? They don't get angry? Well, I don't know. Probably yes. Probably yes. They still have some bad kids or misbehaving kids. So used to is too strong. Again, you can that's what the job is. Used to is uh before before is yes, and then now is no, or yeah, it's finished. It is finished. That's a hard stop. It's a different time. So that's why in this case this would be more would is the best, to use it, to use would, because they probably still get angry at other kids. Okay. Anyway, that's probably enough for this video. 3 styles: would. This is a good word to practice, that once my students get a little bit more control of this word, they can now really follow more complex and interesting stories. And of course, yeah, they want to use the formal style for travel, but honestly, it's not really formal. It's anybody you want to give space to, or create space where you're not familiar or not friendly yet. All right. So again, any examples, leave a comment below and I'll try to help you with it. And we'll see you in the next video.